whack is slimming, but not when I'm sitting down. So. Yeah, that's staying in, by the way. Cause,
oh my gosh. What the hell's wrong with you today?
Yeah. I told you I don't like to edit stuff. People have followed us for years because of how like unscripted and unedited we are. Yeah, it's true though. You know. Check this out, by the way. Talking about self-talk.
Sometimes you need extra advice.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be having your wife to the left of that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Unleash Your Potential podcast. My name is John Brucato. I'm your host. Here with my co-host, Robert Avitia. And we're back for more ways to level up and become the best version of yourself. If you haven't plugged in with us before, I'm glad you're here. It's going to be a great day. We're here with one of my great friends, alexanderli, and it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be great. Guys, good morning.
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 Yep.
Yeah. How was the ride in, Robert?
It was interesting. What said it was going to be 22 minutes ended up being more like 45 minutes.
Houston.
Well, I don't think it's just Houston. I just think it's life in general.
Yeah.
People in general, cities in general.
Mm.
You want to go back home and still like that as well. I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Just tells me people are more, I hate to say it, but there's more people in the rat race today than there's ever been. Follow the Pied Piper because you're stuck doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And with all the people moving to Houston too, right?
Ah, man.
How do you feel about that, Alex? Go back to California. That's what he's saying. Go back.
This is
Stay
good
out of
and bad.
Texas.
This is good and bad.
Get out. But anyway, guys, we got a great episode for you guys today. I want everyone to get to know Alex, man. His story is powerful, man, and it's awesome. Okay, talk about a guy having guts. No, seriously, I couldn't. Okay, talk about a guy having balls, man. This is, just going from where he was to where he is now. I shared this on social. No, Robert, though, I shared this on social media, and I think you saw it too. It was Alex Hermosi. He said, you got to have the balls to start. The mind to learn and the heart to stick it out, and not quit. Right? And talk about this is the guy right here that encapsulates encaptions. I don't know. I'm giving numbers, not English, right? I speak Jersey. But anyway, I love for everyone to get to know Alex. So Alex, what do you do?
I do digital marketing.
Okay.
More specifically, Google, ranking on Google, things like that.
Sure. How long have you done that for now?
7 years.
Yeah. And you've been running your own deal for how long too? Like running your own business?
5?
Yeah.
6 or 5, somewhere around there.
That's awesome, man. What did you do before you got into business?
Just before COVID. I don't know how long COVID was.
It's been 4 or 5 years. You believe it's gone already?
Yeah.
It's wild how fast that went.
When you say gone, you mean like disappeared?
Yeah. It's
no,
funny.
you know what's happened? It's still around, but you don't go, hey, I got COVID. I'll see you in 3 days.
Yeah.
Or, you okay? Oh, I got COVID.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're right next to you.
Yeah, perspective has changed, but it's not the fear that it was once before that was instilled into us by other people. I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah. but anyway, what did you do before you got into business for yourself?
I was in engineering, mechanical engineering.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have an engineer.
Oil and gas. Mm-hmm.
Smart guy.
Yeah. Smarter than both of us.
What's with the assumptions today that I'm like not here or I'm not complete?
Yeah,
wrong?
Robert, you have what it takes.
Trust me, the switch is on. I'm just being very quiet. I'm waiting for my turn, unlike other people interrupting.
Yeah. But yeah, so you're a mechanical engineer and you got into, but what motivated you to want to get in business for yourself?
Well, so right before COVID, at least in this area, passive income was a huge trend at the time. And I was, your 9 to 5, more like 9 to 8, East Texas, oil and gas, on the field type guy. So I was in fabrication, at least in the processing plants.
Sure.
Or it's like heat treatment plants. Anyways, that idea, just touched my heart. I really wanted something passive and I can actually do something that I liked. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I started looking into all those things like Amazon drop shipping, real estate wholesale is a huge thing. You like get the deal, but not really sell to somebody or something.
Yeah.
I took classes on those. I went to workshops. There was a ton of those, and then eventually I stumbled upon how to make websites in SEO. It's not really, exactly passive income, but it made sense.
Sure.
So it's something I could do on my own time.
Yeah.
It takes some time to do it, but as long as you put in the sweat, right?
Yeah.
You'll be able to build a site and rank it. And eventually the idea was to sell the leads that come through.
Yeah. So you found something that you wanted to change or improve. You started self-improving. You found something that you could do in your spare time outside of your 9 to 8 or 8 to 9.
Right.
And then eventually you got yourself free.
Yeah, it took like 6 months.
Yeah.
6-7 months to do it.
6-7 months of dedicated work.
Yeah,
And
a
you got
lot.
free.
Yeah.
You put in the sweat. That sounds familiar, doesn't it, Robert? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that is So Robert, why don't you share with everybody about HEB?
HEB, what's that?
Yeah.
That's like my former life.
Yeah.
So, when you want something bad enough, it's funny how you find a way.
That's right.
I think a lot of times you can relate to the fact that when we're kids, we ask for something and our parents say no. And we say, you know what, I'm going to go cut grass, or I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go run errands, or I'm going to do favors. So that way we get the money that we want and we need to be able to buy the things that we want. I can't tell you how many times I bought a pair of Jordans on my own. I can't tell you how many times I bought like a Nintendo video game on my own. And the reason why was because my parents wouldn't buy it, but yet I found a way because I wanted it bad enough. And so what happens is in life, when we want something bad enough and we know what we want, we find a way to get it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take forever.
Yeah.
Is this on?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
You're panicking over there.
Yeah. I couldn't see the green light. Normally I have it facing me so I could see the green light, but you're good.
Green light, red light, stop.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, when I was at HEB, I was working there. I had been there for about 11 years, and I loved what I did. The challenge was they weren't paying me enough money to be able to get what I wanted. And I felt like a child again. My parents won't give me the money I need to be able to buy the things I want. And at the time, what it was is my wife and I were both managers there, and we're making a 6-figure income. The challenge was that they wouldn't approve us for a home loan.
Oh.
So I started looking around, looking for ways to make $6,000 more a year to buy a home. But no matter where I went, they wanted to pay me less money because I didn't have a college degree. And so that was difficult. But I found an opportunity that said, and I didn't hear anything of what they do. Okay, I showed up, didn't hear nothing of what they did because all I heard was, you can make $500 a month part-time. And that's the only thing I needed to hear. I didn't care they were selling colors. I didn't care they're going to selling magazines, encyclopedias. I didn't care what they were doing. I just wanted that $500 a month part-time. Well, that $500 a month part-time turned into $35,000 in a year part-time. And it makes you wonder, if there's so much money out there, why are people going after it? Is it because they really want what they say they want? Or is it because they just don't believe that they can do it?
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Robert, for those who are listening, what's an encyclopedia?
I was just thinking that too.
Okay, hold on. Time out. What's an encyclopedia? Well, for all of you smart people out there, it's Wikipedia and book club.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. You're not wearing any cowgirl stuff today, so I can't use that, for our little humor thing, Cowboys thing. So I can't use that for my, my little spot of humor.
Cowgirls?
Yeah.
Cowgirls.
Yep.
Is this? Wait,
We're not talking about high school
are we-
sports today.
Are we
so
talking about going after your goals and dreams, or are we talking about what you like to pick on?
they have a goal and dream of winning a championship. But I mean, anyway.
You're taking this personal.
Yeah, I love you. I'm just playing.
Now, John.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get back. We're getting back. We're getting
Now,
back.
John. I was watching Howard Stern lessons.
Yeah.
I could turn this into a...
Oh goodness. Here we go. I need some Irish in this coffee right now. Anyway.
I'm so glad you edit this because never mind.
I'm not going to edit anything. This is all staying in the video.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, so you wanted to make extra money. HEB wasn't going to pay you that money, and you decided to do something different. And remind me, how long did it take you to make that 30-something? Not an income claim.
So what it was is, I get real detailed, but at the time, my wife said, either you buy me a house or I'm leaving. And I wish I could go into detail about those details because then people would be like, say what? So doing what it is that I did part-time, within 6 months I bought her the house. And it was in that moment that my belief went from $500 a month. I said, if I can make $500 by the house, dang, I can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening, I started making more money part-time, working 10 hours a week than I was at my full-time job. And it blew me away because I go, if people can make this kind of money, why do we got to go to college? That was my big question. Because my dad was a big college guy. He graduated high school in 3 years, college in 3 years, summa cum laude, while working 2 full-time jobs, taking 5 15-minute naps throughout the day, and that's how he sustained his life throughout his early years. And so I said, why do I have to go to college? Because in my mind, my dad made me believe that I had to go to college to get wealthy. My 2 younger brothers went to college. Heck, one even went to an Ivy League school, but he still has student loan debt since 2005.
Wow.
Okay, his student loan debt is more than my mortgage payment, and he's had it since 2005. But hey, Ivy League school that's what it is, right? So
yeah.
I made a decision that moment. I said, if I can have anything I want, then I'm gonna go get what it is I want. And I think you did that too. You said, if I can have anything I want, and I can do this and have that passive income to get that freedom, then why not go after it?
Yeah, mine had a motivation of my parents being overseas, and as an engineer, you can't have more than 2 weeks of PTO. So I couldn't visit my own family. So I would visit them in between jobs. So I would work at a engineering firm or whatever it is for a couple of years, and then move to a different one, so on and so forth. So I can, in between the job, I'll be like, well, okay, if I start. Can I start 2 weeks later, a month later, and then go visit them? Yeah. So I was like, I need to free myself from that situation because I can't just be hopping jobs every time.
Notice how everybody that goes out to achieve something has a motivation.
Yeah.
Right? They have a purpose.
Yeah.
And this is the real hang-up. Some people say, well, I don't have a purpose. No, you do. A lot of times what it is, there's so much pain connected to it that you avoid it.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, and Alex, in fact, interestingly enough, a combination of both those things is how I got into business for myself. I needed to make more money because I couldn't afford to live where I was, and my boss wasn't going to pay me more money because he was the business owner. So if he was to pay me more money, it literally would be taking money out of his profits, out of his pocket, to pay me the money without me really doing any extra work.
Was
right?
that the duck company?
No, that was I was doing that. That's where I got started making part-time money, right? Because I needed to make the money. But then I also wanted to go visit my family. And my did I ever tell you this?
No.
Yeah. So keeping it. Yeah, Robert laughed because he knows. Long story short, I hadn't seen my family for about 18 months, and I'm really, really close with my family. So, the phone calls and back then it was Skype, right? It wasn't doing it anymore, right? And so I bought plane tickets. It was December 23rd. I was going to go December 23rd through the 26th, just quick 3 days, and surprise my family. And we normally didn't work, that job on the 23rd, 24th, 25th anyway. So I didn't see it being an issue. I bought the tickets, went to my boss and said, hey, Jack, listen, I haven't seen my family in a while, that. I'm going to go back and surprise them. I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to take one of my vacation days. I'm not going to be here on the 26th. He goes, John, that sounds great, but here's the challenge. I need you here. We're having a major client coming in on Christmas Eve. It's the only day he can make it. He's a multi-million-dollar client. He said, I need you here to meet him so you can start working. And this is what he said to me, Alex. He says, if you work really hard during Christmas, I'll take my wife on a cruise for New Year's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let that sink in. That's what he said. That was my reaction. I thought he was joking. He was dead serious about that. And I said, wait a minute. I can't see my family, but I got to work so you can go treat your... What? wait, hang on. And that's where it clicked in my head. Now, the old me would have strangled it. Like the Jersey in me would have come out real quick, but I kept that to myself. I said, all right, I got to do something different. And that's where I stumbled across that opportunity part-time, before I got to the business that I'm involved in now, but Alex, talking about that motivation, man, it took you about 6 months to get free.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this before we started shooting, man. Engineers sometimes, they get paralysis by analysis,
They
right?
overthink things because they're so technical and precise with all the different numbers that they have. Like that. Especially engineers, because there can't be errors, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So how did you work through that, man? How did you, analyze what you had to analyze to make a decision? Like how did that happen?
Well, so a lot of mine is really restricted by time, right?
Yeah.
So real estate wholesale, for example, it takes a lot of time because you have to hunt down houses that need to be sold, get the rights and that stuff. And then Amazon dropshipping is really the same. You have to do a lot of research, do sampling with China or whatever, things like that.
Yeah.
Not to go into super details.
Sure.
But when it comes to websites and SEO, it's really measurable, and there's a lot of tools out there to see what you need. For like, if a site has certain amount of pages and backlinks, you can, as long as you have more, you would rank higher, technically, over time. And it takes about 6 months to 8 months for a site to rank organically. And you can do that on your own time. So you can technically, whenever you have spare time, let's say you have a website, okay? You have spare time, you can make one and just work on it, building content, building links, getting more views on it, and eventually it'll rank organically if you just keep putting in putting in work. And what I did was, because I was in the middle of nowhere already, I saw that the sites in middle of nowhere, let's say, maybe it's not good to shout out a middle of nowhere place, but like Tyler, Texas, right? Or something like that, or Beaumont. Beaumont is a bigger city, but they're not very techy.
Yeah.
So if you can find a site like Beaumont Cleaning Service, which is like a site I actually built, all their sites are mom and pop and they're really bad, right? So if you build one and you work on it, let's say they only have a 2-page website. Mm-hmm. You build yours to 20, right? And you keep building that content, just like any social media platform. Google kind of works the same way.
Yeah.
You just gotta put more content for Google, and Google will be like, oh, these guys should be the content creator of this region. We should serve it to the searchers, right? So I did that, and I built like 50 sites. I just kept working on different ones until eventually like 20 or so of them started to pop off.
So you chipped away at it over time, and you put in the reps. You said you built like 50 something websites. Yeah.
I didn't know if they were gonna work. I just kept doing it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, you didn't know what was gonna work, but you decided to take action anyway, and basically stumble your way across what was going to work and what wasn't. You figured it out.
Yeah, the day I got my first call from one of my websites, I was so confused. Like, someone called me for, I think it was a lawn service. Like, hey, I just need my lawn, mowed every Monday, Wednesday, or something. It was somewhere along those lines. And I'm middle of like I think I was in an open field, trying to measure stuff out with a measuring tape. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, for the website. And then at that time, I didn't even know what to do. So the game plan was at first to maybe like sell the site, or, if I have leads, I can sell the leads. What I ended up doing was I just called someone local and said, hey, can you take these jobs while I'm trying to figure this out? And after a week or two, I just asked if they want to rent the site. Yeah. So like $100, $200 a month, you can have everything that comes through the website.
Wow. And so you started building an income and a business around that model.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And eventually it grew, and they wanted like ads, or they want to buy the site, things like that.
Wow. So most engineers, take a really long time to make a decision. For you, it only took about 6 months after having a proven system to where you could leave your job and go full time in your business.
Yeah.
And so what's
Still a long time.
yeah. But no, it is. But most people aren't even willing to work that 6 months. In the experience that we have, Robert, most people.
So what it is we live in a world of instant gratification.
Yeah.
People don't know how to delay it.
Right, that's the word. I couldn't figure out the word.
And what it is we're trying to help people understand that instant gratification doesn't get you anything.
Yeah.
So you prefer to have a slow cooked meal or a microwave meal.
Right.
Right? I think what it is people want to open the package, 2 seconds, and they're ready to eat. Well, you know what? That doesn't taste as good as something that cooks very slowly.
Yeah.
And leadership is the same way. They want the microwave leader. They want you to become a leader overnight. Versus, hey, it takes time to develop the skills to become a leader. And so what happens is people that chase instant gratification will have two ends. Either they learn that they have to delay it in order to get what they want, or they go through their entire life seeking it and die young. That's what happens. So what you did is you found a process, but yet you had a purpose. And I truly believe that the reason why people learn how to delay gratification is because they have a purpose.
Yeah.
Instant gratification is more about what's in it for me. What's in it for me. The purpose doesn't include other people, it's only themselves. And I know that in order for you to reach whatever heights you want to reach, you got to include other people in your goals and your dreams.
Yeah.
It can't just be about you. That's egotistical. That gets you in trouble. That'll destroy you.
Yeah.
That'll totally make you opposite of what it is that you were set out to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you understood that in some sort of way or sense, and that's what kind of got you where you're at. And you were helping other people, and you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, Alex, and we could probably talk about this because I don't think we've ever really talked about this before. Not a lifestyle claim, Rodney. But I think what we should. Sorry, we have compliance right to worry about. I think what we should transition to though is talking about the fact that we all made decisions and we've all put in the work, and none of us have arrived, right? None of us have arrived where we want to be, but Alex, out of curiosity. You building your business the way you've built it, you've had some freedoms, haven't you? Since building. Like what?
Yeah.
You vanished for a month. Right?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that for a second?
I did. I was able to go visit my family for a whole month.
Yeah, and you weren't able to do that as an engineer.
No way. No, for a whole month? Yeah. No way. I was able to put on autopilot for a little bit. Yeah. It was really nice.
Yeah. And how does your mom feel, man, knowing that that you can do that now?
It was great. And not only can I go by myself, I took my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And my family has never, for over a decade, I guess.
Yeah.
They've never met a single relationship partner I had. They just couldn't,
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money and it's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being able to do that is crazy.
Yeah. And how did your girlfriend enjoy that too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mind open. Yeah. Mind blowing.
Wow.
Well, Taiwan's a different place. So yeah.
Yeah. So you put in the work for a couple years. You built your business, and obviously you're still building it, right? Again, none of us have arrived, but you positioned yourself to be able to just travel more or less when you want to, how you want to, and you got to do that. That's powerful, Robert. And Robert, why don't you talk about what you've done for your family over the last couple of years?
Okay, Rodney, no claims here.
We're not making lifestyle claims, Rodney. We love you, Rodney. No lifestyle claims.
I think more than anything what it is the ability to know that you left everything better than where you started. To be able to give people or your family kind of like a plateau to be able to catapult from, versus you being stuck kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Go to school, get a job, go to college, get a better job, and just go through the routine of paying your bills and retire one day and say, okay, I did it. I think what it is we all deserve the opportunity to be able to live life the way we want to live life versus how someone else sees or thinks we should live life, right? And so being able to have the ability to have freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, is something that a lot of people don't believe they can ever do, but because they're stuck in where they're at. But life is fun when you're able to do that. Life is fun when you get to call your shots.
Yeah.
Life is fun when you're on vacation, and you still see deposits coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Okay? And when I say vacation, it's not even like you're on vacation, it's you're doing what you want. And not having to follow the Pied Piper to work. Not having to, oh, well, let's get up. Let's go through the routine, the rat race, 9 to 5.
Yeah, that little pit
get
in
an
your
hour
stomach.
lunch. No, that happens
On
on
Sunday nights. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone goes, why Sunday nights? Because that's when most people have to go back to their job. They get the week end off. Just because it says the week is ending doesn't mean your week should be ending.
That's right.
The week should be starting in order to have a great week. But because they've programmed and trained us to think otherwise. But then again, if I go back to the school system, it has been created by a bunch of factory workers to be able to create more, or factory owners to create more factory workers.
Yeah.
So that way they can get richer.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, you want to be a doctor, dentist, and lawyer, you better go study because I ain't gonna let you cut me open unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think most people should go take a communication class, like you said, communication. Most people should go take a class on how to be able to present.
Yeah.
Most people should take a class on self-development.
Yeah.
And when they do that, what happens is wherever they plug themselves in, they're gonna have success.
Yeah.
But hey, what do I know? Go to school, get a job, go to college, get a better one, maybe work out.
Yeah. And Robert, how many credit hours do you have again? Just tell him. I just think it's great. Just tell him. Just tell him. Just tell him.
So when I graduated high school, I graduated at Magnet School for Health Professionals. I graduated with a certified nursing assistant and a dental assistant certificate. And my dad said, I want you to go to college. I said, I don't want to go to college. And
That's
he
why
said,
he's got
"No,
that
you're
smile."
gonna go to college.
Yeah.
And I went to college. I went to school for 5 years. Got 89 college credit hours. I don't have an associate's. But I got 27 hours of electives.
Wow.
So if you wanted to know how to have a good time in college, it's Robert.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't even have a good time.
Yeah.
I went to a local college in my town. I was married. I had a kid. So I didn't even get to do any of that
He wasn't
stuff.
Van Wilder. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, nowhere near Van Wilder. I think I'd go home and I'd go, man, I wish I could go party.
Yeah.
And party was carrying a baby, giving him a bottle, And so, with all that being said, I went through those 5 years and I wasn't happy in life. But I said, there has to be more than just this. Here, let me tell you how bad I didn't want to go to college. There was an entry-level test that you had to take to go to college, right? And I didn't take it because I wasn't planning. So then I had to take it last minute. I intentionally, purposely failed it. And so my first semester of college, I was taking remedial courses so they could let me in. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember that in reading class you had a box and had all these hard plastic scenarios and they were color-coded? And every time you finished one, it would take you to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. You don't remember any of those things? Oh, because it was remedial courses. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay? And that's
No idea.
That was my first class that I had to take in college. It was a reading remedial course, and I'm reading this stuff going, y'all know I graduated from Magnet High School, and I'm looking at all you jokers, you don't know how to read, and I'm over here passing this.
Yeah.
And it would take them all semester to pass that course. I'd pass it in 1 week, and I wouldn't show up. I'd be done. And I'd be like, okay.
So you were coasting.
I was yes, because I did not want to go to school.
Yeah.
I had no desire.
Yeah.
None. And that's because when I graduated, I was supposed to go to physical therapy school, but I got my girlfriend pregnant. And it was at that point that I made a decision. I'm not doing this. I want to just go make money. And that's always been my heart desire, make money. People go, why money? Why money? Because money's the resource that allows you to do the things that you desire. True or not true? The money is what allows you to take a month off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the money is what allows you to be able to take care of other people. The money is what allows you to give you that freedom of time if you're seeking it. People go, what? I go, you can make more money, you can't make more time, but if you made more money, you could buy time. See, if you want to stop cooking and cleaning and buying groceries, go hire someone for $75,000 a year and make them your personal chef to make you 3 meals a day, go shopping for you. You don't have to do nothing. You just bought yourself about 4 hours a day. I mean, add that up, that's 1,200 hours a year.
Yeah. Does this math check out? You're the engineer, not me.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I think time and money is there's some equivalent to that.
Yeah, and Alex was telling me earlier that he wouldn't hire a chef though. He'd hire someone to run his business so he could be the chef.
Yeah.
So you enjoy cooking?
I love cooking. Yeah. And I love engineering. Actually, if I can, I would go back to it.
When you can.
Well,
when you
yeah.
can.
What if you just own the
When I
engineering
can.
firm?
No, that's what I would do.
That's the goal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, buying some land in the Heights. What would you? Talk about that for a second, man. There's some vision cast, man. Talk about it. Yeah, talk about
Let's
it.
hear this. I want to hear what you want to do.
What I want to do?
Yeah.
The biggest, I think, I want to have a barndominium, actually.
Really?
I might talk to Ben, the architect, about this. Because he recently had a few projects on it. It looked really nice. I've been to a barndominium, and what it is, it's like a warehouse that they convert into a house. Mm-hmm. They're cheaper. I used to build warehouses, so I know they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, you get some land. The one I've been to, the guy has a huge warehouse, and inside, he built like a residential house without the roof. So imagine just like a regular home inside a warehouse, no roof on it. And he was a pilot, so he had his plane inside of his barndominium.
Wow.
So you're walking into this open living room, you know?
He's just got a plane there.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I want something similar, or at least I envision it, and have some type of fabrication and workshop inside my barndominium.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah. So you just build whatever you want at that point.
Yeah. So I can just go crazy, build what I want.
Yeah.
What you want in it?
Weld what I want. Yeah.
He was a welder before being an engineer.
Yeah, I was a welder, and then my high school teacher actually and uncle convinced me to do engineering. So
interesting. Does your girlfriend share the same vision of having a barndominium?
Yeah, she's on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that becomes a 2-person decision at that point, right?
Yeah, she's on board. She's on board with
That
it.
becomes a negotiation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She might let you get the barn, but no airplane in the living room.
No,
planes.
that's not what happens. What happens is, okay, you want your barndominium? I'll give it to you, but this is what I want.
Right.
And by the time it's going to cost you 2 to 3 times what the barndominium. Wait a minute, let me rethink this.
Yeah, I want a townhome,
Yeah.
or something along those lines.
So every time somebody brings up a barndominium, I always think of Bobby Gleason.
Yeah.
To be able to see what he has and what he's created, I was like, dude, you could see the future of what people wanted.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, no, it's just the freedom to not have to ask your permission. Instead, you start telling people what it is you want and you know it's going to get done.
Right.
Versus, can I afford this? Can I do this? Instead, you're going, hey, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
If you got up today, think about this. What if you could get up today and say, hey, I'm not taking my kids to school. For the next 7 days, we're going to Disney World. Or for the next 7 days, we're going to the Caribbean. We're going to rent a boat and travel from island to island. Or the next 7 days, you know what? We're going to go to Europe and we'll go to Venice and Italy and just eat pasta for 7 days. You know, what if you that's what I tell people. Why can't you live life like that? Who told you you couldn't? Because you didn't go to school to get a job. Because you didn't go to college to get a better
It's just a decision.
No, quit living in the program and get out.
Yep.
Take the blue pill, just get out of the program.
Right.
Right? Because you can create whatever it is that you want. You just got to believe you can create it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a great way to wrap things up, right? Because all of us had that one thing in common. We all wanted something more. We had a belief that we could get it, and then we just took the action steps needed to get what we wanted.
Yep.
And all of us are still building that dream. But can we all agree that we are much better off, much further along than we were 5 years ago?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so Alex, as we close things out, man, if people want to get a hold of you, how what's the best way for them to contact you?
They can go on localspearleads.com/Alex. There's a booking link there. That's really, I control my own time, but that calendar controls my time.
Yeah.
So
You control
that's a
your
good way of
calendar, and
talking to me.
calendar controls
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it?
Openings. You can find openings there.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I'll put that in the show notes too. And so, hey guys, as we close things out, I appreciate you guys always plugging into the Unleash Your Potential podcast. We're going to be back in next week with more content. If you guys are not already following us, what are you doing? Go check us out on YouTube and Instagram at Unleash Your Potential _podcast. Remember that I talk to myself all the time because I need expert advice, and then I also have Robert. Right. So, guys, we'll catch up with you again soon. And Houston, we're out.